HTML tables. Defining HTML tables. Example, this is how a table syntax would look like. Okay. So let's explain this example now. Tables are defined with a table tag. Tables are divided into table rows with the tr tag. Table rows are divided into table data with the td tag. A table row can also be divided into table headings with the th tag. Table data, TD, are the data containers of the table. They can contain all sorts of HTML elements like text, images, lists, order tables, and so on. Okay, so let's try out a dummy look of how a table will look like. Let's create a div here. I'll soon explain what that means. So we'll create a table tag. Then we go the table row first of all. Okay. So we create a table header. We'll call this database. Another table header. We could call this design. Okay, another table header. We call this one graphics. Alright, create another table row. This time we'll put the data td. Use Oracle. And another td here. We'll use web development while we're doing. Another td. Use motion for motion graphics. So the style here, we're going to put the width of let's say 50%. Save and preview. And just before we save and preview, let's put HR and some BRs. Let's create some space from the floating images to the table so that we could see its divisions clearly. I think I may reduce the size of the images just in case. Turn this 280 and this 50. Do it for the other one. Just add another BR tag. Right? I see a table there. See the way it's written? CH is in bold while the TDs are normal texts. It doesn't really look much like a table, does it? Okay, so let's make it look like a table. HTML table with border attributes. If we do not specify a border for the table to be displayed without borders, just like we saw, a border can be added using the border attributes. Example, table, then you put the border attributes there of 1. Note, the border attribute is on its way out of HTML standard, so it's better to use CSS. Okay, let's see how it goes. First of all, see the border, let's say 1. Let's see how this shows our table. Okay, the F5. Bam, you see the table? Now it looks like a table. You see the borders around it. Okay, let me make it 5 so we see it clearly. Now you see the border of 5. Okay, so let's go back to 1. Right? So remember, the border is a space around the table. Okay, forget that. Now to add borders, use the CSS border property. Remember I said that it's better to use CSS to define borders. So this is what we're going to do now. Remember to define borders for both the table and the table cells. Okay, table header and table data, those are the cells. So this border is going to affect all of them. Now let's see how that goes. We'll style it here. Now style section. Okay. Now table. So TH, TR, and TD. Okay. Border. 1 pixel. Solid. Let's use black. Okay. So you can see their borders, but you can't really see it. So let's kind of increase this. First of all, let me delete this one here. Let me delete this one here. And delete the style here. Let's increase it to 5. Right. Now you could see the borders. So now the border doesn't just affect the table alone, but also the cells inside the table. The table headers and the table data. So let's go back to 1. An HTML table with collapsed borders. If you want the borders to collapse into one border, add CSS border collapse. Example. So added to that, you add a border collapse and value of collapse. Right. So right here, We're gonna do a border collapse. Collapse. Okay, let's save and see how it looks like. See that? It collapsed all the borders. So now all you can see is just dividing lines, but you can't see the borders. The borders are hidden. Alright. An HTML table with cell padding. Cell padding specifies a space between the cell contents and its borders. If we do not specify a padding, the table cells will be displayed without padding. Remember, padding is what goes on inside the box, okay? To set the padding, use the CSS padding property. Example. So the padding we'll use on the table head, on the table data. So we create a new style for TH, TR, and CD. Then we use a padding of 15 pixels. Save and see what it looks like. Now you can see that. So now everywhere surrounding the write-up on the table, there's a padding of 15 pixels, top, bottom, right, and left. So let's say I want to pad specific places around the box with 10 pixels, 5 pixels, 15 pixels, then 5 pixels. So it'll be 10 on top, 5 on the right, 15 under, and 5 on the left. F. So you could see it, you could see that, but the difference isn't that much because the numbers are close together. So let's beef them up a little bit more. Let's make this 35. So you could see this disparity. Maybe, yeah, make this 10. So it's 10 on top and 10 on the left. Alright? So you can see that now. Okay? When you use one number, you're styling the whole 4 corners, but when you separate them, the top always first, then the right, then the bottom, then the left. Okay? Alright, let's go back to normal. Right, moving on. HTML table headings. Table headings are defined with a TH tag. By default, all major browsers display table headings as bold and centered, just like we've been seeing in this one. Example, when you do this, so first name, last name, points will come out bold. To left align the table headings, use the CSS text align property. Now this is how we'll do it. So Let's do the TH. Okay. Now text line. Let's do right. Okay, save. I really do hope you're following along. Now you see, all the headings have been aligned to the right of the table. Alright. HTML table with border spacing. Border spacing specifies the space between the cells. To set the border spacing for a table, use the CSS border spacing property. So we're going to do an example with a 5 pixel spacing. Alright, let's go. Note, if the table has collapsed borders, border spacing has no effect. Okay, table. Do border spacing. So let's comment on the border collapse. Cool. So, and let's also increase 15 so we could see. Okay, there you have it. Okay, let's go back to 5. Let's uncomment on this. Alright. Table cells that span many columns. To make a cell span more than one column, use the call_span attribute. That's short for column span. Call_span. Example. So we're going to try this. Let's go back to our table. Or let's create another table. To the row. CH. Call his name. CH. So call telephone. Right here we add the call_span. Let's say 2. We have TR. TD. Jerry. Okay, another TD. Let's put a number here. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 0. Okay. Another TD. Let's put up 09765432. Yeah, I'm writing two TDs because we are making our column span have a number of 2. So let's see how this looks like. F5. You see it over here. See the name, Jerry. And the telephone column is spanned across 2 cells. Right? So you use this when you're trying to group cells together to one heading. Okay? Table cells that span many rows. To make a cell span more than one row, use the row span attribute. Example. So remember, to make a cell span more than one column, you use the col span. Now for the row, you make use of the row span. Right, let's try that. A new table. TR TH, the name, TD, Joyce. Okay, let's make TR, so TH here, telephone, no, row span of 2. Now you'll be wondering why begin another TR with TH rather than put all of them together in one TR. Okay, that's because we're trying to span a row. It's different from column span. Okay, so to create a unique row for that one. Okay, so right, F5, you see it. So now, because we are spanning the rows, all the data are seemingly on the right. That's why we created different rows. But if it's a usual table, all the headers will be on top. So, but that would mean we're using a column span. Or when we're using a row span, then we put the headers on the left so that we could span it across many cells. Get that? Right? Let me comment on this border collapse so you see it's different lights. Right, let's see. Okay, so you see okay. HTML table with a caption. To add a caption to a table, use the caption tag. Example. This is just for tables that you want to give a unique heading, like a caption, so that we know what the table is all about. Okay, so Right, let's create a new table here. Let's create some breaks and table caption monthly savings CR CH. We'll call this month. CH. Call this savings. Okay, TR. Let's put the data. This will be January. And savings will be the next TD common that savings. So this will be for January, let's say $50. Okay, create another row. CR. Data. We'll call this February. February, we could say savings was $80. Okay, let's just see how it looks like. Right, now you see the caption, monthly savings, month and savings. It's January $50, February $80. That's how you write captions. To better explain what the table is used for. Alright. The caption tag must be inserted immediately after the table tag, like so. A special style for one table. To define a special style for a special table, add an ID attribute to the table. Let's say you have many tables and you want to style just one differently. So you add an ID tag, just like when you do for a paragraph or headings. Now you can define a special style for this table. Okay, let's do one. So ID, let's pick a table here, ID T1. And we come up here, right, table, then ID T1. Okay, so let's change something. The width, let's make it 100 pixels. The background color, let's change the background color. DBBFF7. Alright, let's review. Oh, okay, you can see it's changed, but the color, oh, the color is the same as the background, so there will be no more different. Let's change it to something else. Let's change this B to to a D. Okay, let's review. You can see the color has changed a bit. Still hard to notice, but you can see that it's different. Yeah. Let's use a more contrasting color. And we guess another number. Okay, this works. So even though there are 4 different tables, the document, I've styled only one. You could add more styles like an nth child style. You know, the nth child just talks about every other cell. Like you skip one cell to the next cell. So that's when you're using the nth child, you either skip the even cells or you skip the odd numbered cells. So we're going to style for the nth child of the even and for the nth child of the odd, so that we could see a disparity between the different cells in a particular table. Okay. Okay, let's see how this plays out. Okay, let's see how this plays out. Table, ID T1. Okay. TRN child. Let's go with even. Okay. Now let's change the background color to white. Let's use white. Let's use white. Okay. Then create another table. C1 tr nth child. Would use odd here. So we turn this background color. We use this one as green. Okay, let's go down to our table and let's make a longer table here. Okay, let me delete the ID on this. Okay, so now let's create a new table. I need a longer table with 4 or so rows. TR, TH, call this name. TH, cell phone. Create another TR here. CD. Let's call this John. CD. Given a number 1112223. Let's create another table row. Mike. Four 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 555 666. Let's create another one. Let's try Joanna. 777888999. Let's try last table row. Let's use Joyce. Nine six three two five eight seven four one. Okay, this is long enough. So table give you an ID here of the T1. So style, then width to 100%, 100 pixels. Width to 100. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I see it. Green, white, green, white. Green. That's how it plays role.